Hey y'all, it's Amanda. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. And today we're going to talk about my Spring TBR. So let's talk about the books that are on my radar for spring. Springtime for me is going to be the not end of March really, because I've already got my March TBR packed to the brim, but mostly like April and May. Okay, so you'll see these books float throughout April, May, maybe part of June. We'll see up until summer starts. But I really wanted to do a spring TBR video. I don't know if I've done one before, but there's not a ton on this list just because it's going to be a very busy time. April and May are going to be very busy for me. So even June will be busy. I think the rest of the year going to be busy. What am I saying? But April and May specifically are going to be very busy. And so I don't want to like put any pressure on myself to read anything. But first, let's just talk about some of the ARC reading that I need to get done in April and May. And that first book I want to talk about is Love in Tandem by Becca Kinzer. I need to pull up the descriptions of these. I'm over here and I even got nothing up. What am I saying? I need to put my neck galley up, y'all. This video already off on chaos. I mean, do you expect anything else? But I just filmed my February wrap up and I thought I might as well go ahead and film this. You don't see this probably till like end of the month or something like that, I think. But it's great lighting. Let's go ahead. I already had the books all written out. Let's go ahead and do the video, right? But I will say while I'm doing this, if you haven't seen, I have a February, I ain't even logged in, y'all. Not February. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Memory, brain, work. Okay, I think I've just talked too long. My wrap up, I talked for a whole hour. So I've already filmed a spring book recommendations video that you will have seen. It will be linked below. There we are. That's what I wanted to say. If you hear the hubs and my kid in the back, they let me film this video real quick, so sorry for the background noise. But I will say I have got several arcs that, not several, I've got a few arcs I need to get done in April and in May. So first is going to be, like I said, Love in Tandem by Becca Kinzer. And this is the author who wrote Dear Henry, Love Edith. And I actually got to meet her last year and it was just such a great experience. And so I'm really hopeful for this one. It sounds so good. I love the cover. And this says, after a failed engagement and her mother's battle with cancer, Charlotte Carter's life is finally turning around now that she's landed a dream job teaching music. What she doesn't see coming was the imminent closure of the school's music program. She's determined to save it, even if it means getting creative. There's no way she's chalking this up as another failure in her book of recent embarrassments. Zach Bryant is back in town just long enough to see his brother Ben get married, and he's off to travel the world again. He never imagined he'd run into Charlotte Carter, his brother's ex-fiancée, or that everyone would believe he and Charlotte are an item. He certainly didn't dream he'd end up riding a tandem bicycle hundreds of miles with her in an attempt to raise funds for a defunct music program. But how can he say no to win the prize money when it would help him out as well? So I think they set aside their differences long enough so that they can cross the finish line, it says, to win this cash prize. But they're probably going to be romance. So we'll see how this goes. I'm excited about it. That comes out on April the 2nd. Then, of course, we've got Nicole Deese's new release. That is The Roads We Follow, which is book 2 after The Words We Lost. And I did enjoy The Words We Lost last year. So this comes out April the 30th. I do have an early copy of this, and this says, as the youngest daughter of a country music legend, Reagan longs to establish an identity away from the spotlight and publish her small-town romance under a pen name. But after her dream is dashed when she won't exploit her mother's fame to future her own career, she hears a rumor from a reliable source regarding a tell-all being written about the Farrow family. Making matters worse, the unknown author has gone to great lengths to remain anonymous until publication. Reagan chooses to keep the tell-all a secret from her scandal-leery sisters as they embark on a cross-country road trip at their mother's request and make it her mission to expose the identity of the author behind the unsanctioned biography. But all is complicated when she discovers their hired bus driver, Micah Davenport, has a hidden agenda of his own, one involving both their mothers and an old box of journals. Sounds like it's going to be more of a contemporary story, maybe a little bit of romance. It is labeled as a romance story, but it's also going to have more depth to it, it sounds like. So, cross-country road trip, a secretive box of journals, and an unforgettable summer romance is what it says. So, yeah, I'll be here for this, and hopefully I enjoy that one as well. Of course, Gabrielle Meyer for a Lifetime. I don't even think I've done the most anticipated releases video yet for like summer, but this is one of them, and this is book 3 after In This Moment in the Timeless series. And y'all, she just released the cover of book 4. First off, look at book 4. This cover, I pre-ordered that immediate. It's only like $10 or $11 on Baker Bookhouse, so go get it. But let me just say, I pre-ordered that immediately. As soon as I seen it, it's the buy. Okay, I ain't buying books, but I'm buying Gabrielle books. Okay, but I do have For a Lifetime on my NetGalley account, so I need to read that. I mean, I pre-ordered it anyway, so what am I saying? But this one comes out May the 7th, and it says it's got, oh, I can't say nothing about this. I'm not going to say what this one is, okay? We'll keep going. I won't spoil it. But it's going to be another time travel thing where it's like similar to book 1 and 2. So if you like time travel and romance, Christian romance, pick this up, okay? Pick this series up. How about that? But book 3, that's on my list. I'm going to say something I shouldn't have said, girl. I ain't trying to spoil nobody. Now, I do have another early copy of something that Tyndale is publishing, which they are also publishing Becca Kinzer's book. But this one was really interesting. I was like, I need to try this. It is a new author to me, but it has autism representation, and I'm usually one to like, I'm gonna pick that up. So this book is called Leaning on Air by Cheryl Gray Bostrom. I've never heard of this author. She does have other books, it looks like, but this comes out in May the 7th as well. And it says, they last spoke as teens, but on a country road 12 years later, a surprise encounter reunites ornithologist, whatever that is, Celia Burke, I have to look that up, with veterinary surgeon Burnaby Hayes, and they plunge into the most unusual romance of her life. After a decade of marriage, they have found a unique and beautiful rhythm. Then tragedy strikes when she hunts for the nest of a research hawk near the Snake River. Reeling with grief, she's certain he won't understand her anguish or forgive the choice that initiated it. She flees to kindness at a remote farm in Washington Palouse region, I don't know how to say that, where a wild prairie and an alluring neighbor convince her to begin anew. When unexplained accidents, cryptic sketches, and a mute little boy make her doubt her decision, only a red-tailed hawk and the endangered lives of those she loves can compel her to examine her past and reconsider her future. This is a beautiful story crafted in the Pacific Northwest that brings the setting to life. It's a compelling contemporary novel about love and loss, and it explores the challenges of a marriage when one partner is on the autism spectrum. So I'm interested in this. I don't know how I get on with it, but I am definitely going to be reading it because of the autism representation. So it sounds like it's a heavy book, but hopefully I'll be in the headspace for it. So those are the only, actually no, I'm lying, must say. Loyally Luke, I don't have this one on my NetGalley. They declined me for the NetGalley copy of this, but Pepper had emailed me a copy since I'm on her launch team for this. So I have a PDF of Loyally Luke by Pepper Basham. And this is book 3 in the Scamar series. Book 1 is Authentically Izzy. Book 2 is Positively Penelope. About lost it. And I've loved both those books. And so Loyally Luke comes out in May as well. And so I already have this pre-ordered as well, but I do have an early copy, so I'm going to try to read that in April, actually. This is really more of a sit-down chat. It's not really like formal or anything. I hope y'all enjoy that. I need to get a drink of water, though. Got me a new cup. What y'all saying? I know I had a Stanley mug, but this was $15 on Amazon. It's so cute. What y'all say? We don't understand. I didn't need it, but I bought it. All right, so that's everything on that. I do have some nonfiction that I want to try to read this spring. I've been in a nonfiction mood, truly, and I normally am not. So I really should have put my goal as 10, but I'm probably going to hit 5, my goal of 5 pretty soon. But I want to try to read The God Who Stays by Matthew West. Okay, he is a singer. I know some of y'all probably know he's a 5-time Grammy nominee, it says. This says, nothing can separate you from God's love. Have you ever felt adrift after losing a job, a dream, a loved one, or your sense of purpose? During times of uncertainty, when illusions of security are quickly turned upside down, we often find ourselves desperately praying, God, where are you? It says we're going to understand why God would never leave. See God's presence with his people throughout Scripture. Navigate our emotions when it doesn't feel as if God is there, and do the right thing even when we can't see God's plan. So, excited about that one. And then I've had this one. I pre-ordered this last year in January, and Bethany House did publish this one, actually. But it is The Gift of the Unexpected by Jillian Benfield, discovering who you are meant to be when life goes off the plan. And this is, she's a special needs mother. And so that's the main reason I'm picking this up. It's another special needs Christian nonfiction book, and you don't have a lot of those. And so anytime I see one of those, I immediately grab it. And so I'm really excited to dive into that. And then this one is actually more of a devotional. This is a gift from my friend Lindsay Lemus at Christmas. Love her. And this is On Our Knees, 40 Days to Living Boldly in Prayer by Phil Wickham. This actually would have been great to do during Lent. I didn't even think about it. So but I could still do this in the springtime. So this definitely be a good one to do. And I'm not good with track record on that. So on devotionals. So will I? Hopefully. So that's what I have for nonfiction. And then I have got some books that I need to read. Oh, actually, let's talk about these first. What am I doing? What was that? So, I think I told you before, I read My Dear Miss Dupree by Grace Hitchcock. It's a Christian historical romance. It's like kind of like The Bachelorette, but set in the historical times. I enjoyed this. I got 4 stars. So, in the attempt to try to get this third book off my NetGalley, I own the second and third book. I'm going to read the second book, Her Darling Mr. Day, book 2. And Grace, what am I saying? That's her name. I already said that. Is Delightful Lady Delia. This book right here, this is book 3 in the series, and I have it on my NetGalley since 2012. Or 2012. Could not. Oh my gosh. 2022. Since November, since 2012. I'm like, what was that? Okay, I gotta keep it in there. Y'all laugh at me. It's just real life right now. Whew, I need to stop filming. But, his Delightful Lady Delia is book 3 in the series, and since it's 2022, since I've had it, how long I've had it. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna try to finish that series. Okay, and I don't know if I'll keep these or unhaul them. We will see how I feel about it. I liked book 1. Oh my gosh, I'm messing up bad. I liked book 1, but we'll see. All right, now the next. What am I doing? The next books I'm gonna show y'all are gonna be the ones on my 24 in 2024, okay? And this is Wolf Children. This is a manga that I have. I don't own a lot of manga books. I think I have, like, all the Sailor Moons, and, of course, this one, and then Fruits Basket. I'll have the whole thing of that. I need to read it. So that's kind of what I have in my closet. Y'all don't normally see that on the shelves, but they are in my closet. And so this is one that has been on my TBR cart for a while, and Blake picked it off there for 24 and 24. He said it kind of reminded you of Studio Ghibli, whatever you say. And it kind of does remind you of it. Friends read this and actually really enjoyed this too. So this says Hannah falls in love with a young interloper she encounters in her college class, and the last thing she expects to learn is that he's part wolf. Instead of rejecting her lover upon learning his secret, she accepts him with open arms. The couple is expecting their first child, and a cozy picture of family life unfolds. So we'll see what that looks like. So it's pretty big. It's a pretty big manga. I mean, you don't normally see mangas this big. So pretty chunk, but I really get that done pretty quick. And it looks like a good spring, the colors and stuff, pastel colors. So okay, the men on the cover. We're back. Wild Montana Skies by Susan May Warren. This is book 1 in the Montana Rescue series, and this is a contemporary romance, Christian contemporary romance. And I have a lot of her books. I have this whole series actually, because one of my friends had sent me the rest of the books in the series. So I don't want to like purchase any more by her or read any others by her. Until, I know she has a lot of new releases coming out, but I really want to prioritize what I own. And so I'm going to just be reading these if I read anything by her right now. So, but this says the last thing search and rescue helicopter pilot Casey Faring needs upon returning home to Mercy Falls, Montana, is to run into her mistakes. After a devastating crash during her recent military tour in Afghanistan, she is emotionally broken but ready to start putting her life back together. She just wants to reconnect with her teenage daughter and spend the summer working as the new lead pilot of Peak Rescue in Glacier National Park. But her mistakes aren't so easily forgotten because Ben King is also back in town. Country music star Ben King abandoned his past when he moved to Nashville 13 years ago to start his career. He hoped to heal his broken heart caused by losing the woman he loved. But when his father is injured, Ben is called home to help manage Peak Rescue during his recovery. He doesn't realize his father has ulterior motives until his old flame Casey walks into his house and back into his heart. There we go. So there's an emergency due to flash floods. They have to work together to save lives. It actually sounds pretty good, don't it? So, yeah. even though the cover is like cheese. Love cowboy cheese. Okay, I've seen people enjoy that book, so I'm definitely gonna read it. Probably gonna read that in April as well. Y'all getting all the previews. Oh, don't even need to do a TBR for April. Like, y'all getting all the TBR, okay? Then we got The Huntress at Thornback Forest by Melanie Dickerson, and I'm really hopeful I will enjoy this. A couple of my friends have DNF'd this so far, so I don't know where I'll land with it. I've already read like 4 Melanie Dickerson books before, 5 actually now, and so I've enjoyed them. They're usually like YA cheese, kind of like at 4 or 5 star, 3 and 4 star books, and so they're enjoyable, you know, by all means, fairy tale retellings. And this is a beautiful maiden who poaches to feed the poor. A handsome forester on a mission to catch her. Danger and love are about to unite in Thornback Forest. That's all we need to know. So I love this cover though. It really is my favorite cover, probably of like all her books. It's one of the favorites. So it's a medieval fairy tale. So I'll probably like it. I'll probably give it like 3 or 4 stars. You know, we'll see. So then we've got Shattered, book 2 in the Alaskan Courage series, another 24 and 2024 book. So was this one. I don't know if I said that. I think I did. The Huntress Thornback Forest. That is a 24 book for the year. And so is this one. So Shattered, this is book 2 in the Alaskan Courage series by Danny Petrie. I recently reread Submerged and really enjoyed that. Sorry, the lighting is like going away, y'all, so I hope it's still okay. But I recently reread Submerged and enjoyed it, gave it 5 stars. I gave it a higher rating than I did the first time I read it in 2021. So now I'm like refreshed and ready to go. And this is all Piper's story, sounds like. So Landon and is it Landon and Piper? Yeah, Landon and Piper. I'm excited to read their story. So then we've got another 24 book is The Seaside Wonder, Melissa Tagg. This is book 2 in the, what do you call it, Muir Harbor series. I'm not going to read the synopsis on this, but it's just a really great family dynamic in this. I love the family in this so much. Small town, all that good stuff is so good. And I love this cover, by the way. So, yeah, I'm hoping to get to this. I might get to this probably in May, honestly. So, then we've got Tessa Afshar, Land of Silence. I'll probably pick this up in April, honestly. I've heard great things. Chrissy, Teresa, Lindsay, they've all loved this. And this is all about the woman with the issue of blood for 12 years. And the tears, I can already feel the tears coming before I even pick this up. So, Tessa Afshar is wonderful with biblical fiction. And I know this is going to be a good one. So, it's on my 24 list, 24. So we've got mixture. You can see what I'm trying to do here, y'all. I'm trying to oh, there's my drink. We're trying to prioritize the books I own. Like Jamie Jo Wright, Rosanna M. White, y'all, the new releases are coming out. Like the catalogs are out for fall already. And I was looking at them today, and like those authors have got some really great releases coming out. And you know, even like Sarah Sundin, you know, I recently read her new release, but like I am going to I'm making a vow to myself. I'm not ordering any Jamie Jo Wright new releases. And I'm not doing any Rosanna M. White new releases, even though that Christmas book she just released looks so good. But we'll see. Until I at least get Jamie Jo Wright, I want to get all her backlist read before I even buy any more of her new ones. And same thing with Rosanna M. White, honestly. The ones I own, like I'm just prioritizing what I own first, you know? And you know, it is what it is. I've got so many historical right now on the bottom of my shelf that y'all don't even see all the time. Like, it is crazy. I have made a great dent. So many of y'all have purchased books off of my Panko bookstore. Thank you so much. I had one person purchase 18. And I was just like, thank you. Like, you didn't have to, but thank you so much for people who were looking for the books I was getting rid of. And, you know, I really try to price them right. Like, I know you got to pay shipping. So, like, I don't want, like, I'm not putting this Amazon price, right? Like, you know, $3.99, $4.99, $6.99, that kind of stuff. And I do a discount over 10% off, I think, off after so much. But, you know, I'm really just trying to, I need to cultivate my shelves. It's been 2 years of constant book buying, and it's too much. It's too much for me. If you want to do that, it's fine. I'm not saying that. But, like, I really need to make an effort to get what I own read. And so that's what we're doing. And so, even though there's so many good releases coming out and everything, I'm really, like I said, after I get these arcs done on my NetGalley, I kind of show y'all. I don't know if you can even see them. You probably can still, but this is like what my NetGalley looks like right now, okay? You can pause if you need to see it. But those are what, I mean, I'll read them, but that's through August, right? But I'm not just picking up every little thing. Like, even like, this chit chat, but even like the Misty Beller series, you know, Rocky Sisters, whatever that was, I enjoyed that, but I'm not going to pick up the new release. The some of the Mary Keneally books, I'm not picking up the new releases. There's just so much that's like, I'm just going to have to like hold back. Even like Tony Shallow's new release, I've pre-ordered it, but I'm not going to like prioritize it right now just because of timing and everything I've got going on. So, you know, it's just, she has a new release coming out in May. I should have said that, but I'll do like a summer releases video as well in April. But for like May, June, and July, and August, just like I kind of did for the first of the year. But she has a new release that's coming out too for book 2 after Love in the Spotlight, book 1, whatever that was. I can't remember what that was. What was it? I can't remember now. Is it Love in the Spotlight? What was it? The Love Script. Oh my gosh. But after that, and it looks great. I've pre-ordered it, but I can get to it when I get to it. You know, that's a great example. You know, I really need to just get to what I already own prior to this year, and that's one of my goals, is to read 50 books off the shelves before 2024. Like I didn't make that rule before, and like it don't need to be books I've owned before 2024, you know. So just real talk, you know, too many books, and I'm gonna do what I can. So I'm still supporting the authors that I love by like saying, yes, this is still an anticipated release, but even though I don't get to it, I want y'all to know about them, all that good stuff. But at the same time, I'm not gonna like be like, I gotta read that ASAP kind of thing, you know. So just some thoughts, you know, just really trying to prioritize what I have, unhaul what I'm not gonna keep, and save space where possible. So anyway, that's kind of what I've got for April and May and part of June. We'll see kind of where things land and what else I add throughout the next couple months, but that's really not too much, you know. We'll see how I get on with this. So anyway, let me know what you plan to read this spring, all that good stuff. And if you've read any of these books, we'll chat below in the comments, as always. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye, y'all.